This is Andrew Howell with ARAC Roof It Forward here at 2221 Dinsmore Road. Upon inspection, as I look here just at the front right slope as an example, I think it should be quite apparent in the video just how worn out the roof is. The granulars have been running away significantly. As I look into the roof for what might be signs of storm damage, we see lots of locations like this, and I don't know if it's apparent, but the shingle's giving way under my finger. What that tells me is that we've got bruised matting, and bruised matting happens when we've had hail come through and strike the roof. As we look through to most of our ridges, you can see that the ridge tops are starting to crack all the way up the center. As I make my way towards the top of the roof, we find more of the same. As we look down at our soft metals, we see that they have some significant dents in them, obviously from hail coming through and striking the roof. On top of that, there are multiple maintenance issues. As I've gone through the roof inspecting, I've found exposed nail heads everywhere. As you can see how rusted this one is. It was never covered with caulk as it was supposed to be. There will always be a few last nail heads that are exposed on a roof, but they should always be every 4 to 5 years looked after and caulk applied to the area so that this does not begin to rust. Once it rusts and rusts away, now we are vulnerable. As we look up on the top of the ridge, we've got a fairly significant hold here, indicative of birds or squirrels sitting at the edge of the roof and observing. Again, more rusted nail heads. As I make my way down, just to give you an idea of what we're looking at on the back of the roof, again, we see a tremendous amount of deterioration. As I look into the shingle, we've got multiple locations, and again, we've got bruised matting, which indicate to me there has been storm damage. On top of that, we've obviously got some shingles that have pulled completely clear from the roof. As we look here, we're all the way down to the felt paper. Beneath that is the decking, which you see from the inside of the attic. So this is quite exposed at the moment. Again, a perfect example. At one point in time, there was caulk over the nail. No one has come back to it. So now the caulk is dried, running away. We've got a turtle vent that's lifting away from the roof along with nails that are rusting away. In my opinion, upon looking at all facets of the roof, I would guess this roof is a minimum of 15 years old. Just the algae streaking that we're seeing is indicative of a roof that is at least 15 years old. On top of that, I absolutely believe the roof has been victim to some of the hailstorms that have come through Alpharetta in the past few years that have absolutely been doing damage. And we've pretty much had one a year every year for, I'd say, the last 4 or 5. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and hop down and bring this video to you, Ms. Blair, Mr. and Mrs. Blair. I want to thank you for the opportunity to come out and do this inspection for you. And again, I have been Andrew Howell with ARAC Roof It Forward.